Hey everybody, welcome back to this week's Dark Avenger Comic Book Review, and we are now in the number 3s for certain Marvel Now books. First one is DeadPool. There's a lot of actual Marvel Now books this week, but DeadPool was an enjoyable read. I love the little catch-up at the beginning of the book. That was funny, and then Doctor Strange. I don't know, I think Doctor Strange was written a bit out of character, to be quite honest, but at the same time, it was funny enough that you could ignore it, because once again, this book is absolutely outside the box. And I especially love where there was actually a reference to a comic back in the 1970s. At first, Doctor Strange doesn't want to help DeadPool and S.H.I.E.L.D. out, but then he decides to when he finds out that they're actually telling legitimately the truth. And he finds out where oh god, what's it called? The Metronomicon person is, the person who's bringing back people from the grave. And he teleports everybody except Benjamin Franklin, and he says, here we go, and Mr. Franklin, I've not forgotten or forgiven you for sleeping with my girlfriend. You can walk. And Ben, that's the last time you see Ben Franklin. He's like, come on! And then it says here, editor's note, Ben slept with Clea back in the 1970s. Look it up. I'm not going to, but the artwork, Tony Moore, is amazing. It's Abe Lincoln and George Washington versus DeadPool. Doctor Strange learns more about the person who was resurrecting all the presidents and cleanses him. There's a bunch of jokes. Every panel is a different joke. I love in the very beginning actually where I believe it's DeadPool's actually talking to us, the reader, and Ben Franklin says, "Are you talking to me?" And he's like, "No, them." And they're like, "Who? Them? Who?" And it's like the bottom panel. I thought that was funny. I'm sorry. I love books that are outside the box. It's enjoyable. And then Nixon and got the other guy. Nixon and Truman. Yeah, fly in. Lincoln and Washington leave. Nixon obviously has something that he has to get to finish. He has unfinished big business with Watergate, and apparently Truman trips and falls into the helicopter and dies.
Wow.
So the rest of the book is Nixon versus DeadPool. There's a Ghostbusters reference in here. You're like, you know those Ghostbusting is hard and not that fun like that movie, what do you call it? And then the woman goes, Ghostbusters? He's like, no, Ghost, and kicks Nixon right between the legs. Doctor Strange enchants a sword, and that's how DeadPool kills Richard Nixon. However, Doctor Strange has something very important he noticed about DeadPool back in New York, and he whispers it in his ear, and we won't find out because to be continued.
Yep.
And I don't even know if he's going to reveal it there. He says, I'll save this world or die trying, and the woman's like, we're screwed. And the next issue, they are screwed. It's what it said. I love DeadPool.
And by the way, we got the name for DC. Rob.
Oh, Rob Liefeld is the artist we always make fun of.
Yeah.
Who was fired and then rehired again.
Yeah. Like right when I turned off the camera, it
hit me as he hit the power button. I was like, ah. And I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like,
yawning.
Come on, it's late. I know a lot of you guys are going to be screaming it out, and then you're going to watch this part and be like, you remembered. Iron Man issue 3. New suit. Again. And this time it's the hologram. I forgot what he called it. But this suit is really good. I'm actually going to make what he made in this comic book after this review. He made a grilled cheese sandwich by toasting bread, putting cheese between it, and putting it in the microwave. I want to see how good that tastes, because he's actually eating it at the bottom here, and it looks good!
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm going to try it. But not right now. First, we're doing the comic review.
Yes.
First and foremost. So, he finds the next piece of extremists in Colombia. So he puts together the, what's it called? Suit. One enhanced style that may not even be active yet. This is Walk Softly mission, get destroyed, light benders, holograms, non-fatal, and silent weaponry, a full hacking suit, and no shield, no nothing.
So basically, it's like a brand new suit.
It's like it's a stealth suit. Let's call it the stealth suit.
Oh wow, it looks nice.
And this man actually hires people to guard him. It's actually nice to see the living laser again. So basically, he can go invisible. He can copy people's bodies and perform fake holograms in this suit, and that's what he does to break in. Then he looks for extremists to destroy it. He finds out that somebody died. Like, the extremist was used, the person died, and then somebody else it was used on, but they didn't die yet.
Isn't that kind of copying the chameleon's power? That he could copy people and go invisible?
Beside the point, I like the suit. And then he finds this girl in a hospital bed where the extremist is being used, and he actually says, you know, I'm Iron Man, I'm here to save you. And the woman screams guards, and he gets all upset because he was like, hey, I'm stealing Natasha's job, which is Black Widow. And then he gets mad. He's like, oh, sorry, Natasha. I take it all back. And the living laser shows up, and then fight ensues between Iron Man and the other. The only part that really was like, really, he starts to go invisible. The woman uses her fire, and basically not even a panel later, he ain't invisible anymore. And then it just becomes, and then it just becomes this, like, he has like this smoke screen, and it knocks everybody out, and it kind of hurts Living Laser a little bit. And then Tony Stark shows up again. He's ready to fight the person who has the extremist. He's like, no, don't do it. Let me explain. And then the Living Laser shows up, and the guy says, no, don't do it. He's like, I'm broke. Living Laser's like, but you're supposed to, what about the money you promised? And Iron Man's like, dude, cut your losses and get out of here. And he just leaves. And then the guy explains that his daughter's in like this stage of cancer, and he was using extremists to fix it. It's a special kind of cancer where her body can't heal itself. So Iron Man's explaining, oh, so this is basically like extreme. You want to have the healing part. You want the body to be able to heal on its own. So then he figures out the cure. Cures the girl. The man's going to jail. And to be continued. So basically, Iron Man, very serious and monotone, not so uppity with this one. The guy actually was about to thank him, and he's like, please don't thank me. Thank the woman who managed the trick. This is what I don't get. He's talking about Maya a lot. I was confused at one part. Is he is this the guy that actually sent the people to kill Maya? Or was she killed by somebody else, and this man's just going to jail because he's a drug lord? So, not too sure there. I'm not too sure. Either he's going to jail because he's a drug lord, or I was led to the impression that because he's talking about Maya so much, she was killed by him. But I doubt she was killed by him. I think that he's just remembering about Maya, and he actually says at the end, I was just a 20-year-old man who said, yeah, I know. I was just a 20-year-old man who made weapons while she was trying to cure the world. So, 4.5 out of 5 stars. I liked it. I was just confused towards why all of a sudden he was like, this is Maya, that is Maya, she did this, she did that. So, that's the only reason why I take a half star away. But I'm loving Iron Man. I love this suit. I hope they make... You know, I really do hope that Marvel makes a select line of all these new armors that are in Iron Man. I'll buy the black one. I'll buy the black and gold, and I will absolutely buy the holographic armor thing. Yours is next.
Yes. Punisher Warzone, issue 205. After a month and a half, almost 2 months, I've been waiting for this issue to come out.
Yes, you said this in your in-depth review too.
No, I'm just saying it was very annoying.
Keep the battery? It's fine.
Yeah. So, basically, this story, for those of you who've seen my in-depth review, Rachel makes an appearance back again. Who is, doesn't look like...
They want to know where Frank is, and they're interrogating Rachel, and she said, even if I did know, I wouldn't tell you, but I don't know.
Exactly.
Move forward.
Yeah, basically the story just shows a Black Widow who wants to go find the Punisher and bring him to justice, and she goes everywhere to find him, and that Dominican Republic of Congo. She does find him, and I wanted to just show this artwork here. Artwork's really good. I have to admit that.
He took off the eye patch.
And yes, he doesn't have an eye patch no more.
It's about God.
And I was really worried for Black Widow because after all those pictures and everything, and saying that one will die, you know, mine or yours, but one of us, and she winds up in a tower. Next issue, Thor goes after the Punisher as commanded by Captain America. So, and the way Thor's eyes looked in the end, oh boy.
Cool boy. So rating.
Yeah, definite 5 out of 5. Great story. Cannot wait to see Thor go after him in issue 3 of 5. And there's only 3 more issues left to go to conclude Punisher Warzone, and that's basically it. It was really good.
Spectacular book this week is Hawkeye, issue 5 as well. It's another awesome read. It's part 2 to the first time ever story arc in Hawkeye. So Kate watches the tape. Hawkeye, it starts off with Hawkeye breaking out of the window where those ninjas were. He smashes through the window, and Maria, well, it goes back to Kate, who watches the video, and they find out that Kate's not real, that she's that she had really tied up Madame Mask in another room. Maria Hill shows up to save Hawkeye. Kate's being taken prisoner by Madame Mask, and she's threatening to... The creepy thing is she's threatening to put cigarettes out on Kate's face. Madame Mask is a creepy person. And then Kate looks at the window and says, my ride's here. And then you just have Hawkeye standing there, uses one of his arrows, which is like a sonic boom arrow, so to speak. I love these 2 pages. These were my 2 favorite pages. Especially where he's just standing there, takes aim, says boom, big explosion. The only stupid thing was he jumped into a broken glass window without a shoe. He was missing one of his shoes.
Oh. I see.
And I love how they're running, and he's like, so where's the tape? She's like, tape? And then they have to run back to get the tape because they forgot it. And they have to fight their way back, actually. They get the tape, they run, Madame Mask shoots at them, but misses Kate, like, Clint jumps in the way, tape explodes, and, yeah. And then we get the explanation at the end. Here's the spoiler for you guys. The tape is fake. What? Hawkeye never killed anybody. It was a Navy SEAL mission, and they're doing it, this new Nick Fury Jr., Nick Fury's son, is doing it a different way. Basically, there was a tape of Hawkeye, Captain America, and Wolverine to cover up the Navy SEALs. The Navy SEALs are the ones that really did it. So, it turns out that Hawkeye did tell the truth, that that he didn't kill. He never killed. Hawkeye actually never killed anybody. Wow, and there was a little bit of a sexual innuendo here where Kate actually had to touch something that she wasn't supposed to, and yeah, really good. 4.5, a little bit plus more out of 5. I would say 5 out of 5. I would say definitely check out Hawkeye. I enjoyed it. Now, the last book before we get into the 2 number 1s this week. Oh, all new X-Men number 3. I now know why they released this a week. They released it a week right after the other. Because this issue has absolutely nothing to do with the Wolverine side of the X-Men. It's a straight focus on just Scott Summers. And it starts off... present.
Okay.
Scott and Magneto are breaking Emma Frost out of detainment. However, Magneto can't control his powers anymore. And Scott's having trouble controlling his powers. And Emma Frost doesn't have her psychic powers anymore. She can only turn to Diamond. Basically, the Phoenix Force...
Are you serious?
The Phoenix Force screwed with all their powers. And even though Magneto wasn't part of the Phoenix Force, apparently something Cyclops did to him. Yeah, that's why now Magneto's powers are being screwed up. And the only one that wasn't affected is...
Wow.
Magic. Magic's powers were actually enhanced by the Phoenix Force.
man.
And a New Mutant shows up and he's a shapeshifter. I hope it's not Morph. So Cyclops, Cyclops now can't control his beam anymore again. And Magneto actually is pretty pissed off, and Scott throughout the whole book's like, it's not my fault, it's the Phoenix's fault, it wasn't me. And Magneto even said, all those times when I was younger, I blamed it on the madness. I said it was the madness, it wasn't me. But in the end, where was it? But I can tell you from experience, it was me. It was all me. There's no cosmic force that wanted to make the world the way you wanted it. There's no other thing out there that wanted to kill your father figure for defying you. You wanted it. You wanted it, and you did it. And I love how Magneto's here saying, you want to prove me wrong, boy? You want to make right with the world for all your mistakes? You stripped me of my God-given power. You're going to help me get it back, or so help me God, I will. And they're interrupted by Magic and Emma Frost, who found a New Mutant. Scott shows up and is talking about, he's questioning what he doesn't know what he is, and the woman's like, you're a mutant. And then Cyclops shows up and says, my name is Cyclops, you are a New Mutant, and a New Mutant revolution is starting. And that's when the past X-Men show up and say, revolution? What the hell do you think you're doing? To be continued. I knew it was going to end on this page. Next issue, Cyclops versus Cyclops.
I hope it's the next issue, Cyclops versus Cyclops, because you said this issue was going to be Cyclops means Cyclops, and now...
No, it's just Cyclops' side of the story. So, issue 2 was all about the younger X-Men and Wolverine's X-Men side, and this issue was all about Cyclops' side and the X-Men, the young X-Men coming face to face with him. 5 out of 5. All New X-Men is spectacular. And this is coming from somebody who hated the X-Men for years because of what was going on with Cyclops.
Ah, yes.
Two number ones. Thunderbolts number 1. Not too much dialogue and really nothing to the surprise factor. This is
a quick read. Really.
A very quick read. The artwork is pretty good. It's just Thunderbolt Ross going around and putting a team together. And we know all the members that he's putting together. It's DeadPool, it's Elektra, it's Venom, and it's Punisher.
Flash Thompson
Venom, yes. But the focus is mainly on the Punisher being recruited because he's the one that's giving the most trouble. But in the end, he decides to join the team. They all say yes as well. The Woman in Shadow, I think, will be revealed later, but it's not. It's somebody, I think, completely new.
Show the last page.
I didn't like the way the Red Hulk was drawn in the last page. The artwork is okay. I'm not going to really say it takes a point off because it's still really good, but I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 stars. I'm taking a half a star away for the art, and a half star away because this was all like, I want you to join my team.
I gave it a 4 out of 5.
I don't know what you gave it. I don't remember.
4.5.
But the only reason I give it that is because it was a quick read. It was really just a recruitment episode, or a recruitment issue, I should say. And we knew who was joining the team already. So really nothing spectacular that if you were coming on and expecting something humongous like we all were during the live shows, and me and Mike Spiderslayer actually talked about this, there's nothing like gigantically amazing, but in the next issue, I'm guessing it'll pick up. But they really should have.
It's just the first issue.
It's just getting the team together. That's exactly what it is. That was the first issue. I would definitely recommend Thunderbolts.
That's why the Punisher shirt, because 2 Punishers this week.
And finally this week, and I'm making an assumption or a guess here, this is going to be on the top 10 charts for the December sales. Avengers number 1. The last Avengers issue, Iron Man and Steve Rogers, Captain America were talking, and this all starts off with Iron Man and Captain America talking about the end of what happened in the end of the Avengers book, where Iron Man says we have to think bigger. And finally, Iron Man says we are going to think bigger. I love the splash page where there's absolutely no comic, it's just title, and then right after it, another advertisement, so that's 3 pages of nada. Then we're on Mars where these beings apparently we don't really know them. These must be new villains or something. At least to me, they're new. They're trying to remake
That symbol
Earth.
looks familiar.
That's the Omega symbol.
Yeah.
And they're trying to bring back. They found out that there was life on Mars. This guy brought life back. They don't want violence. They want evolution. They want to evolve everything and stuff like that. And one of the women, one of the women, actually, they give her name, which is Abyss. I think this woman had a name too. The other robot had a name too, but I can't remember. Oh, the gold guy's name is X Nihol, and I can't remember what the robot's name was.
They're like new characters.
Aleph.
Oh.
Aleph. So the Avengers show up on Mars. I love how Bruce Banner just steps out, green eyes, Hulk's out, and it's the Avengers going after this group of people. And they have godlike powers, I will say that. They make quick work of basically all the Avengers. Even Captain America gets put down. But they decide to send Cap back as a message. They said, they claimed that the Avengers were coming at them with violence. And Alf was pissed off, or Nihil, I don't know, Nihilo. They fought back against the Avengers. The Avengers obviously lost, and they sent Captain America back as a warning, so to say. And this is where it goes back to the beginning of the book again, where Cap and Iron Man are talking about recruiting new people, but only Cap and Iron Man were going to be doing it. And then when the time comes, all we have to do is say the word. Cap suits up in this epic page. He sends the word out to people that they went and brought onto the Avengers.
That's a nice cover.
Spoiler alert on this page, but I'm showing it anyway. Basically, here are the Avengers that are going to save the Avengers that are now trapped on Mars, meaning
Why wasn't
Hawkeye.
that the cover?
I don't know, but basically Hawkeye, Hulk, Thor,
Falcon.
Black Widow. No.
The Falcon's on last page?
Yes, not the last page. And Iron Man are trapped on Mars, and it's up to Captain America and the rest of the Avengers to bring them, to go save them and bring them home. And I like how Spider-Man is actually part of this.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that until now.
And actually, the last page actually shows all the symbols to all the characters that were re-anointed or anointed into the Avengers.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Wolverine's back on the Avenger team, Spidey's back on the Avenger team, and Spider-Woman's back, and Captain Marvel are back on the Avenger team. I guess that's because when New Avengers starts, Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, and Wolverine aren't going to be part of that team anyway. I think there was a advertisement for New Avengers here, and none of them are actually part of the... No, there isn't. Of course there isn't. Maybe in the first page? Nope, Avengers Arena. Sure! When I finally need an advertisement, it's not there. Thank you so much. Oh. And there was a lot more that went on. There was a lot more dialogue. There's a lot more to these godlike characters' plot. How this guy wants to, he wants to evolve things. He wants an opportunity to hurl origin. He wants to build on humanity and build worlds, raise worlds and stuff like that. And yeah, just I don't know where the Avengers show up, because he shot these bombs off towards Earth and it hurt a lot of people. So that's why the Avengers actually showed up at all. At first you're like, why are the Avengers showing up? And then you realize he's shooting these things at Earth and it's hurting Earth. 5 out of 5 stars. My prediction is this, as well as all new X-Men and possibly Thunderbolts are going to be part of the top 10s for December. Absolutely go out and check out Avengers. I left out a lot. You can go on Dark Avenger Inc., I believe. Yeah, no, Craig reviewed this in-depthly. If not, I did leave stuff out for you guys, so this way you can go to your comic shop, and when you read the book, you'll find some new stuff that I didn't mention here, but I definitely recommend the book. And that's it for this week's Dark Avenger Comic Book review.
So now I go back there.
Right. Come back next week where I will start up again talking about DC Comics, especially because Batman 14 or 15, no, Batman 15 comes out next week. However, as I said, this week there will be no DC Comic Talk, so I'm letting you guys know now on the live show that there will be nothing about DC Comics except what happened to Gail Simone. This is my personal way of protesting. Will there be DC comic books still reviewed on Dark Avenger Inc.? Absolutely. It's just something I'm personally doing. Me and me alone. Michael decided to follow me. That's awesome. If the others
it was also my decision as well.
Yeah. If the others on Dark Avenger Inc. would like to follow in my protest for 1 week, they're welcome to. But to be honest, if you guys see stuff on about DC Comics on Dark Avenger Inc., that's because this is my personal protest for 1 week. Just remember that. Also, don't forget to check out comicrelated.com for all your comic-related news, reviews, and more. Thank you, Brent, again for the awesome logos, which you guys will now be seeing. That's going to be my new thumbnail for the comic reviews as of this episode. Thank you so much, Brent. The logos and everything are amazingly spectacular. So these are going to be taking the place of the comic books that are usually here, the DA and the Dark Avenger, and up there I'll have the thumbnail image that I'm using. And that's it, guys. Also, don't forget that Dark Avenger Inc. has a Facebook page, and there's lots of news and reviews, and we post up our favorite videos on there as well. So definitely go check that out. We don't use Twitter, that's why. So basically our tweets are on there. All of our news we post on the Facebook page. So 99.9% of you, I'm sure, have a Facebook page, or maybe at least 95% of you. So definitely swing by the Dark Avenger Inc. It's facebook.com/Dark Avenger Inc. page. Give it a like, so this way you'll be in the news loop. Avengers #1. This is the rundown. 5 out of 5 stars. Absolutely check it out. As well as Thunderbolts #1.
Good issue.
All new X-Men issue 3 was amazing. Highly recommend it. Hawkeye issue 5 was also awesome. Punisher Warzone 2.
Great issue. Can't wait to see issue 3.
Iron Man 3, new armor. I'm liking it. I don't know why some people aren't, but everybody to their own, you know, because some people don't like Deadpool, but I'm loving Deadpool also. Amazing Spider-Man 699 was pretty good. Mike didn't like it too much. X Factor 248.
It's a great issue. I say check it out.
Daredevil End of Days issue 3 of 8. If it continues where he's just continually asking people about Maypone and nothing really develops, and it's just ex-girlfriends of Daredevil, I'm probably going to drop this. But still pretty good. And I guess all the DC comic books
in-depth review it, I will.
Yeah, all the DC comic books are good this week. It's up to you guys. I'm not recommending anything DC Comics this week, so that's that. Michelangelo Color Classic.
Excellent, best comic of the week. Must pick up. Absolutely.
Hellboy in Hell. The Hellboy title is back. Definitely go check that out. And Invincible 98 was also awesome. If you want to jump on, here you go. But you're not going to know half the stuff that's going on. I still don't know what half the stuff is going on, but I'll catch up eventually. Thank you guys so much for checking out this week's Dark Avenger Comic Book Review. For those of you that are watching this on Comic Related, if you're brand new to these videos, definitely come check out the page and click the subscribe button wherever it is. Comments, likes, dislikes, questions, agree or disagree with anything I say. Those are the most important things to me. And I look forward to hearing your guys' thoughts and seeing your guys' comments on my videos. Those are the most important to me as always. Thank you guys, YouTube, comic-related audience, everybody. I'll see you guys in another part where I'll be reviewing all my digital books, which will not be tonight or today. Probably that video will go up on either Wednesday or Thursday, so you can see the last part to this review, or the digital part to this review. I'm going to call it the digital part, not last part. The digital part to this review towards the middle to end of the week. Take care, everybody. See you guys really soon in another video.
Later, guys.
Keep reading, keep collecting.
I got it.
I almost missed it.
Alright, later, guys.
Later, everybody.